I'm visible to all of you. Can we have a thumbs up? Perfect. So for people who have joined online, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please put yourself on mute if you're not speaking. Please turn off your video if you're stepping out of the meeting. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, our Toastmasters Club also has a mission. The mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I announce this meeting as open. Now I'm playing the role of the presiding officer. Once again, good afternoon and welcome to the 497th meeting of Oracle Trailblazers Club. It gives me immense pleasure to announce this session open. But before that, we would like to do a quick check for any guests who have joined us. Offline, we do not have any. Online, I would request you to give us a short introduction. I see Gaurav. So Gaurav, would you like to introduce yourself to the club?
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Gaurav, and I joined Trailblazer Club as a guest like few months ago. So this is my, I think, third meeting. So right now I am just learning how to like present myself in these meetings, and so that's it. That's it. That is me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gaurav.
Thank you, everyone.
That's it. Okay. So let's talk about Oracle Trailblazers Club. It was founded almost a decade ago. It's a corporate club which is primarily meant for the employees who are related or tagged to Oracle Tech Hub Bengaluru. We meet online and offline every Thursday between 3 to 4:30 p.m. And we are a part of a larger non-profit institution called Toastmasters International, which was founded almost a century ago, 1924, by Sir Dr. Ralph Smedley, with an intention to give a friendly environment to the people who want to enhance their public speaking skills as well as leadership skills. Now let's talk about variety. Variety is the spice of life. And when variety meets the efforts, the outcome is always an interesting perspective or something new to learn. Keeping that thought in mind, we thought about bringing in speech marathon, where we also brought in a good balance of internal as well as external evaluators so that we get a new perspective about how we are speaking and the areas of improvement. I'm not going to spend too much of time on this. Let me introduce the Toastmaster of the day. She has joined Oracle and is part of Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. She joined us 1.5 years ago, and she has interesting hobbies. Her recent hobby is learning motorbiking, and she has recently learned that. So her interests keep changing just like us. So previously, I think she was learning a music instrument and now it's motorbiking. And she joined Toastmasters to address or tackle her stage fear issues. Without much ado, please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Abhipsa.
Toastmaster Devi for the warm introduction. Welcome everyone to this 497th meeting. We are just 3 meetings away from hitting 500. So today, since we'll be having speech marathon, so we will not be having any particular theme. So there will not be any general evaluator, grammarian, or our counter. We'll have just timer, and I'll be taking you through the session. So today, as I said, we won't be having any theme. So I won't be imparting or telling you information about any theme or anything. Rather, I'll be learning something from every speech, and I'll present 1 or 2 takeaways after every speech ends. So before moving on to the speeches, a timer is the most essential role, which can never be done away with. So our timer today, he hails from God's own country, Kerala. He has a passion for cycling and he likes to read self-help books. He believes that his background in IT helps him stay abreast of the technical developments, and his hobbies simultaneously keep him balanced. That's a life we all want, balanced life. So he has been with Oracle IGIU Cloud Operations for 9 years now, and he has joined Trailblazers us a few months back. So please put our hands together for Toastmaster Harihara. Time for talk.
Thank you, Director. Toastmasters. Yes. As timer, my duty is to time prepare speeches, table topics, and speech evaluation during this meeting. For prepared speeches, for a 5 to 7 minute prepared speech, I'll show green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. For evaluators, the green card is shown at 2 minutes, yellow card at yellow card at 2.5 minutes, and red card at 3 minutes. I will report quality times when at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Toastmaster Harihara. So we are clear with the timings. There's no icebreaker speech, so it will be just 5 to 7 minutes of speech and evaluations from 2 to 3 minutes. Now we'll start with the speeches, and I would like to call our first evaluator for the speech. So he is the master of juggling work, life, and occasionally his patience. He found his true stage at Toastmasters, and it's been just 1.5 years in Toastmaster, and his passion for storytelling has been growing immensely. We all have seen that one graph in which the straight line goes up and up and up, and that's how his time in Toastmasters has been. He has been just growing and growing and growing. So please welcome our current area director and our past president, Toastmaster Shailu.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for such a nice introduction, which I don't deserve much. Very good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So today, my target speaker is going to attempt his Level 1 Project 2. And the purpose of this speech is to review the basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose. And he has to present a well-organized speech, and he can choose any of the topics. Timer, please note that the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish all the very best to my target speaker, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Evaluator Shailu. So now time to call upon our first speaker. He'll be attempting his L1 B2. He is a senior account manager in Oracle Cloud Sales team, and he has 15 years of experience in web development, consulting, and sales. That definitely makes him a veteran in tech. He's also an avid chess player, and he loves spending time going on long weekend drives. So please welcome Toastmaster Abhimanyu for the first. The speech title is My Sales Journey. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Yeah.
All the best.
Yeah. And it's holding this.
Hey, hold it.
Yeah. Hi everyone. This is Abhimanyu. Like in my introduction, I spent most of my career in sales. It wasn't like that. For the first 4 years of my career, I was a software developer at EMC. And I want to today talk about my journey from the beginning of my career as a techie to getting into sales and how it has changed me as a person. And I understood some things about people that I wouldn't have any chance of understanding if I didn't make that transition. So I started my journey with EMC as a technical person. I want to ask you, what do you think are the traits that differentiate a successful salesperson from an unsuccessful? Probably 1 or 2 words, if you can tell me. What comes to your mind when you think of a successful sales?
Talking a lot. Good communicator.
Good communicator, talking a lot.
Convincing.
Rapport building.
Rapport building. Relationship with the customer. Numbers.
Identifying the right customer for the right product.
Yeah. So
Good negotiator.
Sorry.
Like good negotiator.
Good negotiator. Yeah. Good one. Good. That's absolutely. So when I began my career, like I was saying, I was fairly comfortable, but I also realized sitting in front of a laptop for multiple hours a day was not really cutting it for me. And I decided to do an MBA. And there I had some notion about consulting being a very fancy word, and I thought I'll take a stab at consulting. So I jumped my Google offer and I joined Bain Consulting. And in 1 year, I was miserable, making presentations day in, day out. It was really, I used to reach home at 10 p.m. My wife would already be asleep and I had to report 9 a.m. the next day. And it was really, Monday to Friday was just one big mind-numbing exercise. And then you get only Saturday and Sunday to enjoy your time. And I realized that it was not the right career choice for me. So I decided to let go of everything I had. I joined a very small startup selling training solutions. It had a revenue of 7 crore, the complete organization. There were around 20 people. And I joined the Bangalore office. The guy who was supposed to give me a KT, obviously he was being let go. So you can imagine his motivation to help me succeed initially. So I had a list of around 600 names. I had no idea what sales entails, right? So I had 600 names of people. Half of them had some phone number, half of them had some landline number, 080 and whatever. When I would call them, there would be some receptionist who would ask me the extension. I would say, I don't know the extension. And many times after reaching that person, also after 1 or 2 days, I would just blabber, be guilty of wasting their time and be overly respectful and would be dismissed almost immediately. So that was my starting point. And then there were these series of realizations, corrections that happened over the next 9 years that have led me to where I am now, which is fairly successful. So what happened then was I realized the first lesson was what people say and what they really do are completely not connected. You have to understand if you're not successful at your role and if you're not able to get to what you really want, there has to be some problem somewhere. So early on, I would think it's the other person who's not really, helpful. And that's the problem. But then slowly you realize it's your understanding of how humans work. That's where you need to work on. So I started that journey. Today, when I call someone, for example, Swiggy head of infrastructure, I say, "Hi, this is Abhimanyu. I take care of Oracle Cloud." You and I haven't spoken before, but I would be keen to tell you the work we are doing with Zomato, Dunzo, etc. And then the conversation flows smoothly because you're not approaching that person from a lower plane. It's my job to sell, but it's also his job to buy. So that was the first realization. Obviously, I was a sales manager for a fairly large 7-8 successful team for 2-3 years. And that's when it became, when you're at the other side, you realize you can immediately, closing your eyes, tell who are the people in your team that are going to meet the quota and who are the people that will not. Biggest difference is people who are not successful consistently tend to have a story around it. They have reasons, the product, competitor is lowering prices, there could be some other issues, but it's always something that happens outside their mind in the environment that they have no control over. So that was the first realization. Obviously, I also know there are many successful people and they have different styles. For me personally, I understood that I love listening to people, having hour-long conversations about things that I don't really have any knowledge about. And when you said sales guys talk a lot or communications, it's actually our understanding of communication that evolves in a sales career. Communication is just 99% about listening. So if you have a 1-hour meeting, you have to listen for 45 to 50 minutes. You really need to let go of what you came in with, what you want to sell, who you are. Just understand the framework of the other person, their pain points. Probably they are not able to spend weekends with their family. And that's where you get those hidden gems where you're not really selling Oracle Cloud, you're selling the value to that. If you buy Oracle, I'll get you weekends back with your family. Now that's the value play. It could be fear. If you don't do anything now, if I ask you 5 questions incrementally about why you're here, why you're at Oracle, ultimately the 5th one would be, I don't want to get fired, right? So that's the core fear that people operate with. So if you can make that person a champion and tell them how they can really rise through their career if they make this decision, obviously technical details aside, then you are in the game. There are a couple of examples. Swiggy, Sundar Pichai met their head of infrastructure, and he dropped them a mail saying, I want to talk again. A guy like us, head of infra, normal guy, he didn't even respond to the email. Sundar Pichai, he didn't respond, and they went with AWS because the failure happened at a value creation level. And that's where, as a sales guy, when I walk in, I'm not really selling the brand, I'm selling myself. I am the brand. So the first understanding that you get in sales is whether you're selling training, consulting. If you look like a desperate guy who has probably a worn out bag, shoes are not polished, and who comes in and has this standard pitch, you open a slide deck, you're totally alienating yourself, and then the success is limited. But if you understand that it's not really for the guy who's sitting, let's say Neocred, I went to meet a guy today, Neocred, for that guy, what Oracle is, I bring that to life. And it is those 20-25 minutes that they understand what the brand is. It travels through me, and I carry that through me. Then you're in the game. Slowly, what you do is, in Bangalore, for example, there are like 7, 8 AWS people, 7, 8 Oracle people, 7, 8 Google people who together form a complete information of the market, all the relationships. So slowly in your career, if you keep listening to people, they'll tell you what the tricks are. They'll tell you what you need to do to be successful. So out of those 20, I think I am in touch with 4 or 5 people. And the beauty about networking that you also understand is, if I need something from someone, I can approach them, and that would be level 1 networking. They may or may not help me. If I need something from someone and I first ask their friend what that person is like, what they understand, their likes, dislikes, that's second level. But the only level of networking that really works is when you work on adding value to your network when you don't really need anything. So you have to proactively call those colleagues, hang out with them, spend some time, talk to them. So you keep creating value so that when you need some help or some connect, it automatically translates. So the journey that I have taken has got me to this level where I now understand that there is this kind of madness through which our brains operate. You really yourself also will not know why you do certain things. But as a sales guy today, when I'm having a conversation, what I'm saying to you and what I'm hearing from you is just a screensaver. What's the work that's happening in the background is about judging the situation. There are like 20 people in this room right now. The stated objective is to become better speakers, but there might be some other motivations. It may not be the only or the top motivation for many of us coming here. So as a sales guy, to have that clarity, to understand what those motivations are, to have that judgment engine always on, really saves a lot of time for you when you're trying to reach the truth finally, right? So that's one big shift that has happened for me. The second big shift, I think a month back we had a talk about marketing and the 4 Ps, and I was thinking, when you talk about P in terms of product, from a sales perspective, the product is never really the features, it's never really the benefits, the standard marketing 4x4. It's purely the value that gets delivered to the other person. For example, the gentleman I met today, he wanted an ex-colleague to be referred to Oracle. I was following up with him for a meeting and he was ignoring me for a few months. And finally, I understood there was a message from another ex-colleague and he wanted a referral. So I got the referral and then I got the meeting. So sometimes the value could be a referral. The value could be that person wanting to feel special in front of their team members. So there are multiple tickers that happen, and that's where you dig deep in. So today, if I look back at myself 10 years earlier or 15 years earlier, the biggest change that has happened is the comfort that I have with ambiguity. And the last thing I want to say is every month I have around 30 to 35 people who tell me they don't want anything to do with me, they don't want to talk to me. They rejection and ejection from their life happens over a phone call in a few seconds, right? But there are also 5 new people every month who take a bet on me and say, you know what, I really like what you said. I want to understand what the competition is doing, and I want to give you 1 hour of my life. Come and meet me. And it's those 5 people out of those that you slowly build your network on. So having that comfort of being rejected is the only way for you to get to those 5 people who will accept you and then incrementally help you grow up the ladder of your sales career, right? And any group of salespeople, if you see people getting into this framework of self-rejection, negative self-talk that happens where I'm not good enough, the product is not good enough, the competition is not good enough. The problem is there are multiple truths that exist in parallel and there are multiple realities. So there could be a reality where you are in a company that's not amongst the top 3 or 4 choices. So when you're reaching out to 200 customers, it could be that there are only 1 or 2 who are willing to even explore you. But then again, if you take that responsibility also on yourself, that probably you need to sell something that is amongst the top 3, 4 choices of people, then you have to brush up your resume, find the right job. That responsibility also lies within. So what I have understood over the last few years is whenever some things happen that are not helping you work towards the right goal, it is only me and my responsibility. Thank you. That background will come on my video. So I was done, but I was really done.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhimanyu. Yeah, so I am bad at all the qualities that everyone mentioned: negotiating, talking, convincing people. I can't even convince my small group to come for a get together, let alone sell a product to them. So, but he shared his candid experience, and I think it gives a recipe for the salespeople also. And I think because sales is based so much on human psychology, it also gives recipe for everyone to have better relationships with each other. With that, I remember one small story from my NIT experience when I was studying in NIT. We would have a bunch of friends, a big group, and one of the friend was a closer friend. So he would always come and share his breakups or whatever happens with his life to me, and I listen, and I wouldn't say much. There was one more girl also. So boys are not very comfortable talking or sharing these things with each other. So that's why they share with their female friends. I once asked, why don't you share with that other girl also? And he told me what Abhimanyu just mentioned, that communication is 99% or 90%, I think listening, 90 to 99%. Whereas. So he told that you are a good listener. You listen, you understand, and you don't speak in between, or you don't teach me things in between. I just want to speak up and I want someone to listen to me. And the other girl, yeah, she will stop you and her story starts. So yeah, I got it now. So I usually thought that, people really consider introverts as bad communicators, but I don't think that's the case. I mean, introverts really listen to people and really understand. So communication, that is one takeaway I took for myself, that I'm a good communicator. Now, moving on. we'll go to our next evaluator. So he has graced our session today, and he is a Toastmaster from HSR Club. Professionally, he is an architect specializing in reliability engineering, having 2 decades of experience driving innovations and solutions. So it's a great pleasure to have you with us, Shambhu. Please welcome Shambhu. Toastmaster. Over to you. Wait, it's not audible, Shambhu. Yeah.
Can you hear me? No. Is it okay now?
Is someone in this muted? No, he has 2 devices. 2 devices.
I just logged in.
You have to mute your other device. You have 2 devices. You have to mute one of them.
Can you hear me?
We are getting an echo. If you are connected to 2 devices, you can disconnect one.
You have to make your laptop volume 0 or the other device volume 0.
Yeah.
Now?
Can you speak again, Shambhu?
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's fine now. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No.
My bad. Okay. I'm Shambhu. Today I'm going to evaluate Sally. I don't have much detail. I didn't get much detail, but I will be evaluating Toastmasters Sally.
Yeah, it will be an L1 P2 speech.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Toastmaster Shambhu. So moving on to our next speaker. She is a software developer with Oracle Fusion Cloud since 2021. She loves to do trekking and enjoys capturing nature in her camera. She ardently believes that she can learn so much from experiences by putting herself in an uncomfortable zone. So I think I assume that she has completed Himalayan treks, so it is not untrue. She has put herself in uncomfortable zones, and that gives a tremendous experience. She wants to improve her communication skills through Toastmasters. So let's welcome Toastmaster Shailey. The speech title will be Leap and the Net Will Appear. All the best. Leap and the net will appear. As Abhimanyu just mentioned, many of us consider ourselves, just think ourselves like we are not good enough. So I will ask you one question. How many of you think we are not good enough? And when you got that opportunity, you thought of taking that back seat and have the second thoughts. How many of you? Everybody, right? So, hello, Toastmasters and guests. I'm Sherry Singer. I had done master in it. But like in my college days, I was the one who used to think I'm not good enough, or maybe I will practice one day and I will do it. But one day something happened with me by mistake, and that completely changed my perspective. So one fine evening, I was returning from my college, and weather was very nice, wind was blowing, and suddenly I saw a pin board, and there was a poster which has written BU and UN. So I thought, when I read that poster, I could decide it is related to something modeling, and you are going to be the part of our college is going to be organizing a modeling show where you will be selected and you will be representing a country. But okay, so with that zeal, I went for the audition and I saw all the girls was very simple. They were wearing khadi kurta and everybody was looking very normal. Nobody has a jawline faces and everybody was looking that simple. And everybody was talking about, everybody was debating between each other about child marriage or very current affair topics. So I thought, okay, beauty with brains, that's what it means. So with that modeling zone, I went for the audition and I also said some few things here and there. And at the end, in short, I showed my presence, enough presence. And after some days, that audition list got released and I was selected. And in that mail, I got a mail and in that mail it was written, congratulations delegate, you will be a part of Soham community and we will be assigning you a country. And at that moment, I know I done something wrong. My heart stopped beating and I suddenly Googled what is Soham means. So Soham basically, it's a third party of United Model Nation and Soham represents social, culture and humanitarian community. And I didn't understand what Google Baba just said. At that point, every part of my body said, don't go, just send them the mail that I have some emergency and I can't join the meeting. But then I talked many of my friends, brothers, friends, sisters who had done it. I watched many videos, Hillary Clinton video and many delegates videos. And I suddenly realized I can't do it at all. I can't do it. This is something out of the blue. And suddenly I grabbed my phone and called my sister that what should I do? And she said one specific line she said one specific line and that was, you can't compare your first chapter with somebody's 100th chapter. Just start walking. So what I did, I again opened my mail and I got assigned with the country USA, and I saw the agenda. Agenda was women health, and then I start googling what women wealth means, and I studied that USA has very bad women health. No, not bad, but then not that satisfactory. So you will be amazed that USA doesn't have a age limit for marriage. In USA, many girls are getting married before 18 years. And that's when my excitement begins. I started writing, I researched, I write again, and eventually I started enjoying the process of writing the speech. And after that, I came up with the speech for the day one, and now I have to sort out my formals. So for wearing the formals, nobody in our BTech batch has the coat. So I went to the LB hostel, got to the hostel, went everybody's room and asked for the coat. Nobody gave. Then I went to the another hostel and asked for the coat, and luckily one girl gave me the coat. So I was all ready for my conference. And when I went for the conference, it was mind-blowing conference. That you can't imagine. Every country is telling you their problems, their solutions, what they have taken. And then like Syria can't say that I have done these many things for the women because they haven't done. So they discussed about what's the issue, and they asked for the solution. And then the USA delegate came, me. So I went to the podium and I showed like nothing has happened in the United States, because that's how United States show that we are the God and we will solve everybody's problem. So I gave speech like that. That was an amazing experience, I will tell. But that only happened because I leaped and the net suddenly appeared. So circling back to my question, when I asked him, and how many of you have felt that you are not good enough? So whenever this kind of situation comes, you just ask one question to yourself. am I comparing myself, my first chapter with someone's 100th chapter? And if the answer is yes, don't just leap and the net will appear. And I ended up loving the geopolitics that much that I think I will be the virus from Three Idiots. And I will be saying my kid that you have to do journalism or IFS. Yeah, thank you. That was a great speech, and when she talked about United Model Nations, I remembered one of my experiences. We used to have parliamentary debates. It was not as high level as this one, but on a smaller scale. Like when I was doing my BTech, we were in this one parliamentary debate was supposed to happen between different BTech colleges in the city. So then we auditioned kind of to form a team who is going to be the prime minister and the deputy prime minister and the whip. So three major roles there, or the opposition leader, deputy opposition, and the whip. So everyone gave their auditions, and then a senior told that you could be a deputy prime minister. And trust me, that is like deputy prime minister's role is to provide new arguments, new analysis. The prime minister just sets the premise. Whip will summarize everything, whatever everyone has said. And the deputy has to bring in all the new arguments to support the prime minister, to support their point. And I didn't want to be in that position. So everyone was saying, no, go become the deputy PM, you'll bring great points. I couldn't sleep that night. I was so terrified to go and present. I don't know what I'll say and what topic. The topic is instantaneous. It was not given before. And I couldn't sleep that night. I called that senior in early morning, 5 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. I told him, I can be the whip. It's all right, I'll be the whip. And let's make the whip as the deputy PM. It's like, no. You're going to be the deputy PM and we'll see whatever happens. Just chill. So like she said, leap and the net appears. The session went really well. We didn't win the debate, but I was very happy with my performance. I was thinking that I won't be able to say anything or make good points because you need to know a lot about the topic. So that is really true that just take the leap and somehow things will figure out by themselves and you'll be able to do something. So with that, what a great topic, a great speech, great experience. Thank you for sharing that. With that, we'll move on to our next speech. So Sreenath will be our next evaluator, and he comes from Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. He works as a front-end web developer for a startup, and in his free time, he likes to connect with nature through walks, playing badminton, and his other hobbies include watching cricket, a very typical Indian sport, then listening to music. And yeah, we are so happy to have you here as an evaluator. Welcome, Sreenath.
Yeah, thanks.
Which club you
Might check am I audible? Yeah. Hello?
No.
I was not able to hear you guys.
You were not able to hear?
Yeah, am I audible right now?
Yeah, you're audible right now, loud and clear. You can.
Yeah, thank you, Timur. So I'm Sreenath, I'm from Toastmasters Club. So today my target speaker Devi, she's attempting her level 2 project 1, which is understanding our leadership style. The project objective is that she need to identify, explore different types of leadership styles and identify their primary leadership style. So with this,
Are you able to hear us?
All the best to my speaker. Thank you.
Sreenath, are you able to hear us?
s- Hello.
Are you able to hear us?
I'm able to hear you.
There is some issue with your internet, I think. So it's not clear.
Yes.
He dropped. Okay, let's wait for some time. Huh?
Because he's not able to hear. So we do next speech. Because we are behind time.
Hmm.
Who's next?
So we'll move next to
Karthik is on.
Karthik is on. So Abhinav is on.
Abhinav's there.
Huh. Okay, so we'll move on to the next speech and let him connect again back. So our next evaluator, he has been one of the strongest pillars of our club. He has been in Toastmasters since 2016, which is like 8 to 9 years of commitment to Toastmasters, which is huge. I was a kid in second year BTech. When I was in 2016. But yeah, that's a long commitment to Toastmasters. Hats off for that. And he has also recently received the Distinguished Toastmasters Award. So kudos to that. And he has been working in Oracle Retail as principal QA analyst. He likes to watch TV, read books, and stay active in everything, which is also very true because he is a Katta Dhatta of our club. So please welcome Toastmaster Abhinav.
I'm audible now, hopefully. All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhipsa. Today, I'll be evaluating Karthik's speech, and the project is about Toastmaster mentoring. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The member can share some aspect of a previous experience as a prodigy. The time is 5 to 7 minutes, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhinav. Now introducing our next speaker, Karthik works for Oracle Cloud as an engineering manager. He likes being around people and also loves long distance running, but not both together. So he loves marathons, and that is what we have today. But the fun fact, or a recent fact, I would say, is he ran for Tata Mumbai Marathon recently, completed 42 kilometers in 6 hours. I don't know if we can run 1 kilometer in 1 hour. So yeah, he's a tenacious person, I believe. So please welcome Toastmaster Karthik for his level 2 project 3 speech titled Seek. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhipsa. Just I think the room has some internet issue. Yeah, I think the room has an internet issue. Is it only me, Abhinav? Can you confirm?
I can hear you, Karthik. I can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
We can hear you clearly, but yes, room is stuck.
Okay, we'll wait for the room. For a change, we'll wait for the room to figure out the internet issue. Okay, I see the room is here. Everyone at the room, can you hear me well, see me well?
Karthik, we had some internet issue.
Yeah.
We are not able to hear.
Increase the sound, that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, for a change, the room had an internet issue. It's fine. Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, Toastmasters and guests, a very good afternoon. And every once in a while, or maybe often, all of us seek something new. We seek something which we don't have, which we aspire to have, which other person has and we don't have. We don't have yet. What is that? Any guesses? What is it that others have, we don't have?
Can you repeat the question, please? In what context?
Sure. I'll quickly go about it. It's not money. It's skill. So very often we seek a skill which we don't have yet, but we see others have, and we aspire to have. So my question today to all of you is, how can we seek the skill that we aspire to have? Let me go about answering it as well. It's very simple. If we see a skill which we don't have and other person has, just ask. Just go to the person and ask. It's as simple as that. There are many here who are new to Toastmasters, who have come out of the comfort zone, seeking to become a better communicator, a better leader. There are many here who have been with Toastmasters for years, like me. They still seek something which they don't have yet and aspire to have. So ask. And who will you ask? We will have to ask a person who is an expert in that skill. So just go and ask to that expert, hey, you're an excellent communicator, or you are a distinguished Toastmaster. How did you go about being so good? Most often than not, the person will respond. If you go and ask, that is the first step of establishing a mentor-mentee relationship. First step is the hardest, but it is the biggest step we need to take, and the rest of the journey will be easy. So seek a mentor to seek a skill. Seek multiple mentors to seek the skill faster. Don't stop at one. Looking back, in June 2022, when I joined as an engineering manager, tasked to lead an 6 to 8 member engineering team, I had zero management experience. I had project experience, product experience, developer experience, no people experience. My manager, the default mentor, sits 13,000 kilometers away in the opposite time zone. So I could connect with my default mentor only 30 minutes in a week. I knew it was not enough. I set about seeking more mentors. I used mentoring at Oracle portal, excellent portal, open to all of us here at Oracle, to seek more experts and connected with 3 such people. Those became my mentors. Each one of them very valuable. First one shared the basics, management one-on-one, how to lead people, how to form a team, how to run products, how to run projects, and learn from failures, essentially. Second one taught me about how he went about taking on challenges unique for India managers, because our mothership is 13,000 kilometers away. So absolutely valuable. Third mentor taught about a technology which was new to me. So it gave me a fresh perspective of what other teams are doing. Absolutely valuable. So coming back, by seeking more mentors, I could hone my skills faster. And if I have been able to do my job well, the credit goes to my mentors as well as my default mentor. It wouldn't have been possible without my mentors. And mind you, I connected with these mentors only once for 30 minutes in the last 2 years. And that experience has been so vivid, which I could not have come across using multiple YouTube videos or books. On the flip side of the coin, why does a mentor be so generous to give their time and experience? I don't have a first-hand experience of handling a mentee yet, but I think I understand why. I would go back to one of the things which my earlier leaders had told me. This was an experienced mentor. he said, the biggest contribution a leader can make is to develop other leaders. If I have to make sense of it, I understand that a mentor, by mentoring others, is kind of paying forward what the help he had got, and the mentee will again pay it forward and develop someone new. So this way, mentors are paying it forward, the help they provided, and creating a legacy. So my dear friends, if we seek something, let's seek a mentor first. Let's seek multiple mentors to seek a skill faster. And let's seek multiple mentees to leave behind a legacy. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Room is muted.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik. That was a great speech on mentor-mentee and going to ask for help. Like, curiosity is considered the essence of being human. So if we are curious, we should go and ask and reach out people. It'll save a lot of head breaking. So with that, if Sreenath is back, then we can move back to the previous.
Yes, I'm back. Hope my audio is clear right now.
Yeah, that's audible now.
Yeah. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Again, I'm back. So today, my target speaker Devi is going to attempting her level 2 project 1 speech, which is understanding our leadership style. The objective is that to explore different kinds of leadership and understand what is the primary leadership style is. With this, I say all the best to my target speaker Devi. Thank you. Back to Timon.
Thank you, Sreenath. So our next speaker, it's been a little over a year as HCM sales specialist for her in Oracle, and a little over, I think, over 6 months in Toastmasters. And just see that she has already become the president and handling it really, really well. She believes that Toastmasters will enhance her stage presence and her speaking skills. And in her pastime, she daydreams about owning a big farm of rescued dogs. What a noble and sweet dream. So let's welcome our very meticulous President Toastmaster Devi. The speech title is Everyone is a Leader.
Thank you so much, TM. Every time the last line of my introduction is spoken, it makes me emotional. So I request all of you to raise one of your hands as straight as possible. Sorry, I wasn't clear. Right hand. Great. What about left? I did not ask you to keep your left hand down. Okay, I'm so sorry. I was confused. You can keep all your hands down. So, was this a leadership skill? Did you see any leadership trait in my command or what I asked you to do? Can you say yes or no quickly?
Yes. No.
No.
No, right? So, for becoming a leader, the initiative is important. I took the initiative to guide all of you to do something. However, I lack the vision or where I want to take the team or the direction. Do not worry, leadership is a style, it's a way of life. Most of the people are like me, who are not always a leader, but they take these small steps or take these small projects which involves the initiative or becoming a leader. To make sense of what I'm trying to say, think of that one friend who wants to take you to Goa. The infamous Goa plan. But if that friend of yours had succeeded in taking that particular group to Goa, I think he or she is a leader in its own way. Because it's not easy, the Goa plan never happens, right? To make things a little more easier, let's talk about parenting. Most difficult thing. We have the right intention for our kids, but still it becomes very difficult to make them do things which is good for them. In my case, it's even more difficult because I have dogs whom I consider as kids. When I ask them to sit, one will sit and other will jump on me. Well, that's a story for some other day. My understanding of my leadership skill or what my style is goes back to 2020's COVID time. I get a fanatic call from my brother saying that Devi, Babuji, as in my father, we call him Babuji, has fallen down, but he's not moving. He was pretty sure that my dad is not putting much effort. I hope everybody is able to hear me online. I'm sorry, I have to check that. Can I have? Okay, perfect. Perfect, thank you. So he said that I think Babuji is not putting sufficient effort to get up, and that's why he's lying down. Do not judge my brother over here, because when my dad had an open multiple fracture in his ankle, with that fracture, he went to the hospital all by himself. So we have always seen him as someone who's strong and brave. So to see him lying down and not getting up, it's something which we cannot believe. But me sitting in Chennai and my brother and my dad and my mom and his family living in Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh at that moment, it was a chaos and a panic situation. What should we do? What I did is, I'm a to-do person. I made two lists. List number one, the kind of people I should be reaching out for help, and the list of activities in chronological order which I should be doing because we do not have time. So I started reaching out to the people who I haven't spoken like in a very long time. One call led to another where I found that there is someone called Saida ma'am. I used to do a summer vacation job after school and she used to work over there. Later on, I found out that she has a very special interest in helping people, whether she has a capability or not. Okay, so she went out of her way to help me in that situation. All this is happening over the phone. It's a COVID time. I'm in Chennai and my family is in Bilaspur. Amid all this chaos and fear, my brother calls me again. Devi, it's taking a lot of time. I think I'll take Babuji in the car itself. I lost it because he is not moving and we are not experts in medical field. I took the complete control of the situation. I took everybody on the call and I told, I'm going to drive the situation. You do not worry about it and let it happen according to me. Let's not have multiple decision makers over here. Okay. Once that was done, the ambulance comes, my dad goes. So remember I told you about the list of the activities? So in that list, we also try to find out who's the best neurosurgeon. We do not have much options in my hometown, which is the best hospital. So we zeroed down to Apollo Hospital, which was quite far. The scan showed that he had a brain stroke. Few minutes here and there, it would have been one-side paralysis for him. So we reached hospital just in time. Once the sugar situation was okay for him, we did the surgery next day. And it was a successful with 90% of success rate. So brain stroke are never 100% because it's not possible to remove the blood clot completely. I reach Bilaspur in the evening and my dad sees, it's like he's cribbing about the food and one side bandage is there because clot was on this side and they had removed it with a hole, keyhole surgery. And he says, it took you this long to come. Your brother had to handle all this by yourself. I had tears of joy because my cribbing dad was back in action. So I would like to take a pause here to understand. Can you tell me who is the leader over here? Saida ma'am, who helped me, my brother, who gave me the information, or myself? Can I have a quick answers?
Everyone.
Exactly, everyone. Saida ma'am showcased coaching leadership style where she knew how to handle the situation, but she allowed me to drive it. My brother, servant leadership, who eventually gave up on me, elder sibling kind of a thing. And me, pace setter leadership, who was capable of handling the situation in adversity. What I'm trying to convey is it is not necessary to be a leader every day. It's a process. Take small steps, small situations, and act accordingly. And in this process of taking those small steps or decisions, your personality will change and you will become a leader one day. And it's a journey. And I do not think that someone is leader and someone is not leader. Everyone is leader in their own way. Thank you so much for listening.
Oh wow, I think I'll just say one line. If you start thinking like a leader, I think you'll act also like a leader. So we should start thinking, we should not belittle ourselves in the first place. We should think that we are capable of leading something and then take baby steps. It's also a great point to have just the emergency list of people to who to call in such emergency situations. That's also a great point to know. What a great speech. Next, we'll move on to our final speech of the day. And the evaluator for this is okay. So, all the boys at a certain age dream of learning guitar, then holding it like that and impressing a girl. He's the guitarist of our club, this evaluator. But not everyone succeeds. Now, Nitin is a guitarist who has impressed all of us with not just his guitar skills, but also his speaking skills. He has been in Oracle Security Central for now 6.5 years. He has also completed his executive MBA from Indian School of Business. And there's more. He's also one of the DTMs we have in our club. So he loves music, books, and long drives. So let's welcome our distinguished Toastmasters and guitarists.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I will be evaluating Toastmaster Dinesh today, who is attempting his level 3 project 1. Dinesh's purpose for this project is for him to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. I do want to point out that this is going to be Dinesh's speech for the speech contest. So I'll be focusing more on the negatives today and the positives of stage. Dinesh, all the very best.
So our next speaker will be Dinesh. He is Oracle Retail Consultant by profession, but Toastmasters by passion. And he has been associated with Toastmasters for 1.5 years now and has been an integral part of the club. He has served the club as an ex-VP PR and also ex-president of the club. He's a calm and a chill-headed guy, I believe. His storytelling style will often transport you to a different world if you are giving proper attention to it. So let's welcome Dinesh and hear his story out. Speech title is Lemon and the Lemons. All the best.
Okay, just one correction. The lemon and lemonades of life.
The lemon and lemonades of life.
A very good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, guests, Abhinav's daughter. So, let me ask you something. Have you heard of this saying? When life gives you lemons, make lemonades out. And what does that mean? Anyone? Make best use of
Turn situation into opportunity.
Exactly. So today, I am going to share about the lemon that life gave me and the lemonade I made out of it. So the story dates back to the time when dinosaurs ruled this world. Yeah, the early 2000s. I was a very active kid, always roaming around the house, and I had a special knack for destroying things. Now, academically speaking, I was in the top 5 of my school, but I always aspired to be the top. This is the story of my 6th standard mathematics exam. The month was March and the sweltering heat had already made me a maniac. To make things worse, there was this rumor that this year the maths paper was going to be very tough. So, it was our last paper and we got 2 gap days. After an entire day of intense problem solving, revision, I achieved squat. I mean diddly squat. I didn't even complete 10% of my syllabus. That's when my survival instincts kicked in. See, back in the days, I had a talent I'm not very proud of. But if you give something to me to memorize, somehow or the other I'll mug it up. I decided that was my best foot forward. So I turned down my analytical brain and switched on my mug up brain. And boy, did I do a wonderful job. If after day 1, I had the confidence of a meek mice, come day 2, I was a roaring lion. I had mugged everything and I was ready to vomit it out. There was just one thing that I couldn't remember however hard I tried. Prime numbers from 1 to 100. Now the clock was ticking and I could already hear the angry voice of the auto rickshaw uncle. I was still memorizing the prime numbers. That's when I took a split decision and tore off a page from my text. The page which had the prime numbers from 1 to 100. Needless to say, I was late for my school. If you ask me about the exam, guys, I was unstoppable. In just 2 hours, I completed 85%. And since I had a lot of time, I took this fateful decision to go to the washroom. While walking through the corridor, seeing all the panicked faces of my friends, as I was approaching the washroom, I could see my vice principal coming towards me. I was given a security badge, and then something unthinkable happened. He pulled out a paper which had the prime numbers from 1 to 100. See, what happened was, since I was already late and in a hurry, I, by mistake, unknowingly, put that piece of paper in my pocket and totally forgot about it. My world came crashing down. It felt like a stab to my heart. There is one thing that you have a motive to cheat and you get caught. A whole other thing when all of this is just a mere accident. I was crying inconsolably, relentlessly trying to make him understand of the situation, but to no avail. I was ordered to submit my paper and I was dragged to the principal's office. My parents were called, my teachers were called, and it felt no less than a criminal court. After hours of convincing, finally the principal agreed not to fail me and just let me off with a warning. Back at home, the situation was dire. My father was livid with me, but my mom seemed really fine with everything. I asked her, "Are you not angry with me?" To that she said, "Sometimes the best lessons in life are learned only by experiencing." I was so blinded by this idea of perfection that I didn't realize I was digging my own grave. Was it so important for me to remember those 30 odd prime numbers? This incident taught me a very valuable lesson. In this race to become perfect, if you are feeling breathless, if your heart is beating fast, it's fine to pull the brakes and introspect. I'll go on a limb and say it's fine if you didn't give your 100%. 60% is a pretty good figure. All I want to say is you got to ask yourself, what is this pursuit of perfection costing me? And if that is your peace, trust me, friends, sooner or later you're going to realize it's just not worth it. Post this incident, I made it a point never to take being perfect so seriously. All throughout my college, there was not a single time I completed my syllabus for an exam. It's just because I didn't feel it was not worth the pain. I'm just saying, if you feel that it's not worth it, it is not worth it, no matter what society says. When life gives us lemons, it's for you to decide if you want to churn the breath out of that lemon and make your lemonade taste sour, or you want to give it just the right amount of squeeze. Guys, I made my perfectly imperfect lemonade and it tastes just about right. Now it's your turn to taste your lemonade and decide. Back to you, Toastmaster.
That was a very well prepared speech and a great story. I mean, I've not written anything to say. I would only say that he is so right in saying that don't just become crazy after getting perfection in everything that you do, especially the Instagram culture that we have today. Every reel looks perfect. Everyone is perfect, but you don't have to emulate it at the cost of being burned out. So yeah, the right amount of squeeze is needed, right? So what a great speech. Thank you, Dinesh, for that. So with this, we have come to the end of the session and we'll move to the evaluations. So feedback is essential and we'll start that with Shailu, who will be evaluating Abhimanyu. Please welcome Shailu.
Abhipsa. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Abhimanyu, took us to a very motivating journey where he showed how he has transformed himself from a small perspective to a sales leader today he is. Toastmaster Abhimanyu, from that moment when you were on the stage, your presence was captivating. With your warm and genuine smile, it was the highlight for all of us. With your perfect smile, you not only looked confident, but you also created a sense of connect with all the audience present here. Your powerful hand gestures added the depth to your words and emphasized the key points which you were trying to convey to all of us. And what stood the most in your entire speech was your eye contact. Your eye contact engaged everyone in this room, and also it makes us feel like we all are personally connected to your speech, and we were living your speech with your eyes. Beyond delivery, I would like to highlight the content of speech. Your speech content was very much inspiring. It was all the nitty-gritties which you were trying to tell us, like from where you have started, from like a person who is hesitating to talk to the people, and you started with a very small company, and today you are leading the OCI sales team and talking to the people. It was very much well defined. Now, as you said, an instance where Sundar Pichai sent a sales pitch or email to infrastructure guy to Swiggy, and the person didn't turn back. And the way you have handled the situation. So you must have seen that when the things doesn't turn up in your way, you have to modify the things accordingly. Likewise, there are something in your speech which I would like you to make fine tune on that. The very first thing, when you are on the stage, you are already introduced by the Toastmaster of the day. So you don't have to waste time on introducing yourself. You can quickly start with your speech, or you have just started with a question which you have asked after your introduction. So you can just throw up the question to the audience and take the feedback. The second important point is like, when you were trying to recollect your next line or the next instance, you were looking at the voids. I seen you are looking up or looking at the voids. Rather than you can just look into the eyes of the audience, make them feel more connect, or you can just take a small pauses. It will help you to get connected throughout your speech. And the third and the most important is the speech structure. Whenever we give speech, we make sure that it has 3 layers, that is opening, body, and conclusion. You had a lot of content in your speech. Your opening was perfect, but at middle, if you have shown your low point, then how you have overcome on that, and then you have, if you have told about the message, what you want to give, that if you can focus on, it would be very great. And in the summary, I would like to say that the way you have transformed in your career, I have seen your transformation from your first speech to this speech. You have just went above and beyond. So kudos to you on that. With just fine nitty-gritties and some fine tuning, I am very much sure you will going to crack this stage. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shailu, for the evaluation. Now moving on, Shambhu, I would like to call upon Shambhu to evaluate Shailey's speech. You're not audible. Are we audible, Shambhu?
Use a chat to do. With others if you are audible.
Yeah.
New device.
Last time, John.
Yeah. Say something, Shambhu.
Yeah. Please
We
go
can.
ahead.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're audible. You can go.
Okay, just a second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're audible. You're audible.
Sorry. Okay, so sorry. Something I messed up. I'm using laptop, sorry, desktop and mobile together. So let me give evaluation for Sally Singh. Thanks, Sally Singh. It was great a speech, Sally. Your speech, I'm not good, is a story for everyone. It resonate deeply with everyone. I was uh, it was actually reminded me even I was relating with your story, a similar kind of a story I had, but it was well delivered. It was an inspiring story, and uh, you tried something that worked. You tried Soham audition, and later you got selected even, and that was and also you represented country, and you represented, and even you delivered a speech that was inspiring. A highlight of a story, I would say, like it a story, a structure, and its content was very well designed, and even you articulated very well. It was very well delivered. Second highlight, I would say, a storytelling. Like you were very flawless in sharing a story, and you were justified and keeps bringing surprises in your story. Every steps, and every moments. So that helped audience, keep engaging. So you engaged audience very well. I feel there were a couple of improvement area there you can work, like better engaging audience. Audience could have engaged well. Um, like you started with saying your story was very good. It was very well structured. So you could have started asking question, how many of audience thinks I'm not good, right? And after response, you could have started your story, so that could have impacted more. um, Also, you could have asked about how many of you know about Soham, and you just take pause, let audience digest what you are asking, or attention their I know grab their attention. So this is one point. Second point, I would like to suggest you add anecdotes and have little vocal variety that will bring more impact to your story. Vocal variety means when you got email and you got selected, then you could have started, adding anecdotes like, "Oh, I'm not believing I got selected. How come this possible?" Right? So if you change your uh, a speech, if you bring variety in a speaking, right, then it will grab more attention of our audience. But overall, Sally, it was great a speech, and you are great a speaker. uh, and with improvement of few suggestions, right, I'm sure you are going to have a great speaker. uh, all the best, Sandy. Thank you. Over to TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shambhu, for the feedbacks. Now we'll move on to Toastmaster Abhinav. I'll request him to present the evaluation for Toastmaster Karthik.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhipsa. I'm a target speaker, Karthik. Hello, everyone. Very rarely one comes across any speech which comes directly to the point. As soon as title Seek was announced, And Karthik came on stage directly without wasting any time. He directly came to the point: seek a skill. And how to seek that skill? Ask any mentor. So simple to speak and so simple to understand as well. So Karthik, I think he today delivered a wonderful speech, which was spoken with the right pace, right volume, and right demeanor as well. Like I said, you didn't waste any time. You came directly to the point, which is very much essential because we have only 5 to 7 minutes. And since you shared your own journey, which is the best way to go, telling your own life example will always make it relatable. People get it further easily, and it'll be very engaging as well. Since everybody wants to learn something, but telling that there's one thing you want to learn is skill, and to get the skill, ask any mentor, any help. People actually hesitate a lot for asking help, but you told it multiple times that when you wanted help, you got help, and which made you successful as well. The takeaway was seek help, seek a mentor, seek help. So overall, wonderful speech, Karthik. I mean, there's really not much to say about which want to improve upon. I'll still try to tell you two things. One is that if you can share also one takeaway from your mentor which actually helped you, the real thing which actually helped you. Like you had one problem in managing something or doing something, your mentor told you this, which can be told via quote or small anecdote that will make it more memorable, that I feel. And one slightly smaller, minor thing is that try to look into camera because it's online, offline audience is going to be the way forward. Looking into camera will help you more. Even if you're referring some notes, it should not look like you're referring notes. That's the only thing which I wanted to say. It was a great speech, Karthik. It was so easy. Came to directly the point, told in a very easy manner, easy, lucid manner, and I think we all gained something. And I think we'll go and try to ask our mentor something for help, and also give it in return whenever required. So all the best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhinav.
Abhinav for the on-point evaluation. Now moving on, we have Sreenath for the evaluation of Devi's speech. Sreenath, please. Are you audible?
I'm audible clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, am I audible clearly?
Yeah. You can.
I'll turn off my video.
Yeah, you can turn off the videos.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible. Good.
Yeah. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Devi. Devi, you took us through a journey where you have seen yourself as a leader. The moment you said that everyone is a leader, that really got the hook that I was interested. Okay, everyone is a leader. How Devi is going to convey that everyone is a leader? Am I a leader? I do come across all the situations. Am I a leader in this situation? Am I not? So, with your speech, I was able to take away that, take small steps and act accordingly so that you can be a better leader. Diving into the speech, coming to the highlights of your speech, the first highlight, the moment that you said that, raise your hands, that really hook all the audience. Whoever turning besides and whoever doing some work, they are already raising their hands, which really it really hook that so that audience are engaged and it really helped them to get along with your speech. And then second point of thing, second highlight, sprinkle of your humor and the speech structure. When I say sprinkle of humor in the speech, when you said that, I know all of the people have those kind of friends where they'll plan for Goa trip and we will never go for the Goa trip. So that conclusion made me that we are all not leaders in our batch. And when you said about a dog, it's a really thing that it's really everyone will come across that. Okay, my dog when I say jump, it will sit. When I said sit, it will jump. So this humor has really added to your speech. And the third highlight, when you explained about the leadership styles, Saida ma'am, I really wanted to take a pause. And when you said that, that really hooked me, and you're saying that, Saida ma'am, with her uh, guidance, we can understand that it's a coaching leadership style. And with my brother, is servant leadership style. And then finally my leader, and then me as a pace setter leadership style. So these are the improvements of your speech. These are the highlights of your speech. Coming to the areas of improvements, I would really challenge you to next time whenever a TMOD hand over you the stage, I would like you to take a bit pause and start the speech. Whenever TMOD has handed over the stage, you would directly dived into your speech. Next time I wanted you to take a pause and let the audience settle in, and then you can start your speech. And then um, your vocal way, your throughout your speech, you are so fast paced. I would say, like you haven't taken you have been taking pauses, but the way you're speaking was so fast that people were not able to understand the word. We will take time to interpret the words what you're saying. So that if you can slow down your pace, so that then you can add more vocal variety in your speeches. That will really help you to improve. And then final improvement I would say was, according to the speech, you're saying that I'm a pace setter leadership, but you haven't mentioned which is your primary leadership style. The main objective of the speech is that understanding your primary leadership style. You said that I'm a pace setter, but you didn't say that this is my primary leadership style. And you directly said that this leadership style is pace setter. But whether it's your primary leadership style or any other leadership style, I would like to know more about that. So, in conclusion, by slow down your pace and adding more vocal variety and adding minor details into the speech, will take it to next level. That's it. Back to Timon.
Thank you, Sreenath, for the comprehensive evaluation. Thank you so much for joining us. And moving on to our last evaluation, I would like to call Toastmaster Nitin for the evaluation.
Thank you. Hi, good afternoon again, everyone. I would like to evaluate Dinesh for his speech. As agreed by Dinesh and I beforehand, I will be focusing more on the points of improvement. And if time permits, we'll talk about whatever you did well or outside of the meeting as well, right? First things first, Dinesh, I think one of the couple of things that I noticed in the very start was the fact that there were elements where you could have brought in more pause. Two specific examples of that is number one is when you said I achieved squat, right? So the squat came in a little too fast, and I felt while it had a very good humor element, if you had just given it 2 seconds extra pause, it would have had a higher desired effect, right? That is one example. Second example is when the vice principal caught you and you said something unthinkable happened. Again, there 2-3 more seconds of pause would let the audience create this beautiful chaos where they're thinking like of 1,000 possibilities of whatever happened with you, and eventually you hit them with the unexpected banger of the fact that you had a chit in your pocket or whatever it is, right? So I felt there were elements where you could have brought in more pauses. Reframes are some places where I felt you could have reframed the sentences in a better way or presented things in a better way. For example, again, this is an improvement and not a hard disagreement as well with respect to your content. You said finally the principal agreed, which is after you told the story and everything. Finally the principal agreed. Maybe a better punchline could be finally the judge sahab agreed. Right? It has a different element to it, right? When you said that okay, I've somehow convinced the principal, it is now time to face my father, is one way of saying it. Another way of saying it is, if you think the principal is scary, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you an angry Indian Bap. Right? Father is father, Bap to Bap. Right? So it has a different effect altogether with respect to convincing the audience that, hey, this is a really scary man that I have to live with for the next X hours of the day, right? Gives a better perception to the audience. So that's something that you can probably take a look at. Prop felt slightly forcible to, simply because it came in at the very start of your speech title, which is Life, Lemon and Lemonades, and then it came in at the very end. So there were no references to it during or in between the speeches. So I felt from a judge's perspective, I felt that You added it for the sake of having it. You added it to earn an extra few points, an extra brownie point on the ballot, right? If you probably involve the prop more often, or you drop references to the prop every now and then, I think then I would see the prop coming and it won't hit me bam out of the blue. So I will feel more convinced that okay, you have used it because you genuinely want to use it and not because you want to earn some brownie points, right? So these are some improvements that I thought of. Since we have time for what you did well is I love your writing style. I think in the realms of storytelling infused with humor, your writing style, your choice of words, your choice of sentences are fantastic. If you attempt this very speech without the improvement that I've mentioned, I feel you will still be a force to reckon with for the speech content. I look forward to seeing happen. All right, thank you so much. That was my
Again, always Nitin gives a very super helpful like feedback. So I'm sure it will help you in the contest. So thank you all the evaluators and all the speakers for making this session wonderful and insightful as well. With that, I would like to hand over the speech to Shailu, our area director.
First, I would like to thank our external evaluators, Shambhu and Sreenath, for taking your time and evaluating us. Because can we have a So, being the area director, I told my club officers to give me the date for the club ISC contest because we have a deadline to complete the club ISC contest and then we have to move to the area contest. Then the officers came to me and they said like, we'll be having a contest on this date. I said, why so late? They said there are few members who are yet to complete their level 2 and we want all of them to participate in the ISC contest. That point of time, I realized the tagline of our Toastmasters, that is where leaders are made. That time I realized that the club is in good hands. Like they know how to serve the people. They didn't feel like, oh, they are my competition, so we should plan the dates accordingly so that other people won't get the time to plan and participate. But I really thank to our all the officers, especially Toastmaster Devi, the president, and Toastmaster Sai Akash, the vice president education. Recently, they said we'll have a speech marathon so that more people can get the time to have their speeches. And this speech marathon, they have put a lot of effort. They said, no, we'll not only have the internal evaluators, we'll have the external evaluators as well, so that it gives the blend to the speakers to understand what are there in the speech and how they can improve better. And they have took a lot of effort. I know there was last minute dropouts as well. Our VP Education, Toastmaster Sai Akashi, was on and on behind the people and sharing the evaluation sheet and all of them together. So thank you so much for all your effort and making this a huge success. And special mention to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Abhipsa. Although we don't have any particular theme for this event, but she didn't make us feel like we don't have any theme. After every speech, she added her own personal limb to all the speakers to make them like giving a personal touch and shared her experience after each speech, which felt like it's a theme-based meeting we are having. So kudos to you, Toastmaster. And at the end, all the talented speakers who took the time and came here and given this speech, your speech was all fantastic. So thank you so much again for giving your time to the club and making the club stronger and stronger every day. All huge round of applause. Do we have any? I don't think we have any guests. Okay, Gaurav. Would you like to give any feedback for the club or how you felt today?
Yeah, hi. Today it was like amazing. All the speeches were very good, and I learned it quite a lot from different. Sorry, just give me a second. So, like different sort of speeches, like one speech where like life stories are told and it is used as a inspiring way to inspire listeners. So I am learning on that, like how to create speeches. So, so today is a good session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are really happy to have you here, and you can join our club as many times as you want. Now we have our externals evaluator as well, Toastmaster Shambhu. I request Toastmaster Shambhu to please share your feedback about today's session. Over to you, Toastmaster Shambhu.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're perfectly audible.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, it was a great session today, and this is third club I'm joining. So overall, I felt like it's a well organized. Yeah, since this was very special, meeting, so it was different setup. But yeah, overall, I found like this club got good speaker, good evaluator, and yeah, it's a very organized. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Now just quickly we'll cover Toastmaster Sreenath as well, and then we'll move to the closer.
Yeah. Thank you. So, am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So it was very well organized. Yeah, it was very well organized. I like the idea of bringing out the blend of external evaluators. Rather, I have been seeing more places that external speakers are coming and speaking, giving the speeches in the club. But I really like the idea of bringing external evaluators so that we can get really nice insights. So that idea I really like. It's very good that I took a part of this session as an evaluator. Hope you guys can see. You guys can see me around maybe in future also for the evaluations.
Thank you so much. You know, what is the most important thing in the Toastmasters meeting is that we start on time and we end on time, and the person who keeps the track of the time. And today we have our very own Toastmasters of the club, Toastmaster Harihara, who took up the timer role. So I would like to call on stage and request him to please share the timing reports.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shailu. It was wonderful speech by everyone today. And, I will report the timings noted for prepared speakers first. The timing for prepared speeches was 7 minutes. First, Shailey took 6 minutes 30 seconds. Devi 6 minutes 37 seconds. Dinesh 5 minutes 58 seconds. Karthik 6 minutes 45 seconds. Abhimanyu 13 minutes 45 seconds.
What?
It's qualified.
Next, I'll note the timings for evaluators. The total time for evaluator was 3 minutes. Sreenath, it took 3 minutes 45 seconds. Shambhu 4 minutes 6 seconds. Nitin 3 minutes 28 seconds. Abhinav 2 minutes 27 seconds. Shailu 3 minutes 35 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Now I request Sai Akash to please share the ballot for the voting or whoever is hosting the ballot. Yeah. So please share the screen, and I request everyone on in the meeting, online as well as offline, to please scan and vote for the best speaker or the evaluator.
The best speaker is difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah, today it's difficult.
Give me 3 biscuits. All right, with this, I would like to hand over the stage to our dynamic president, Toastmaster Devi Tulsirar.
So we were, as a club, able to achieve what we intended to achieve, valuable insights and a good balance of external and internal feedback, because evaluations are the key to success or to become a leader in public speaking. So let's see that what the results are. Whatever it is, it was a great learning session. I am not coming up with my feedback because I was one of the participants. So I will just share the results for the day. Everybody have voted?
So no, just 2 minutes.
How many of us are there? My network is not working.
I'm working. We'll wait a second. Above 10 we test. Minimum 10 we should take. Many people.
No.
And you have the results.
How many? Okay. Oh, that's fine.
Submit it.
So just few more seconds and we'll announce the results. Bear with us. Sorry for the delay. So we'll have 2 winners in the speaker slots because we have 5 speeches today. So best speaker with like a huge marginal voting is Toastmaster Shailey. And second is Toastmaster Devi. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Shailu for Abhimanyu. Congratulations. Toastmaster Shambhu for Shailey. Congratulations, Toastmaster Shambhu. Best role taker, Toastmaster. Best auxiliary role taker, myself. Yes, thank you so much. And we look forward to more such collaborations because we all can win together and learn together. I think all of us should also say hi to the little angel which is present in the video.
Hello.
Abhinav. She's like, what is happening?
Let's come forward for a quick photograph and we can have this as a memory forever. Should we stand there or should we stand?
थोड़ा आगे चलेंगे ना जहाँ तक दिख रहा है.
हाँ, I think.
तुम तो आगे जा रहे हो. Setting up the ground. आगे नहीं जा रहे. बस आगे जा रहे हो तो बैठ.
I request.
अब लोग.
Can we stop recording? Can we stop recording first?
Let's stop recording. Maria, Gaurav, can you come on video? Photograph?
आगे आजा भाई please.
With Kamla.
With Kamla.